My name is Alexis Jones. I'm a senior, currently majoring in psychology with a minor in human development and family studies. Today, I will be doing my experiment research on will the raising of minimum wage help individuals out of poverty. My abstract, which is right here, this paper evaluates minimum wage and poverty by increasing the cost of employing low-wage workers. A higher minimum wage generally leads to reduce the size of workforce. This study aims to determine whether higher minimum wage will help individuals out of poverty in developing countries. It was hypothesized that higher minimum wage will help individuals out of poverty. An online survey was distributed to 100 individuals, 50 African Americans, and 50 Caucasians. The survey was accommodated with 10 questions and 3 sections. The first section consisted of demographic variables such as ethnicity, number of children, and marital status. These variables were used as a way to determine if the factors caused different results. The second section covered attitudes and beliefs of the respondents, and the third section included questions about their present and future careers. Now for my literature reviews, which are here, and here. For my first literature review, T.H. Gilliland conducted a study of raising the minimum wage, which will reduce poverty in developing countries. Gilliland looked at informal sector workers and formal sector workers in developing countries. The informal sectors are not effectively covered by minimum wage legislation. Raising the minimum wage will force more workers out of the formal sector and into the formal sector, and lower salaries could push their households below the poverty line. It was discussed that if the minimum wage is $15 by 2025, prices will be at an all-time high. In a similar study conducted by Weir, 2016, Weir discussed how poverty is linked to poor psychological outcomes. Low-income individuals are 2 to 5 times more likely to suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder than those of the highest socioeconomic group. Poverty's effects on children are also particularly significant and long-lasting. Poor children are at greater risk for problems including lower IQ, poor academic achievement, and developmental delays. Gary S. Fields, 2019, conducted a study on self-employment and poverty. 10% of the world's people live in extreme poverty and another 15% in poverty but not extreme poverty. Fields discussed that although self-employed workers are considered flawed because there are no adequate opportunities for them to earn enough to escape poverty. He also discussed how self-employment is not the same as entrepreneurship. When looking at self-employment from an entrepreneurship perspective, you're thinking, I want to start this business, it will, and it's going to grow. According to Fields, some are self-employed because they have ideas for a profitable business and seek to become successful entrepreneurs. Others are self-employed because they do not have the possibility of being wage employees, a condition most of them appear to prefer. Lastly, a study conducted by Newmark 2014 involved looking at policies for minimum wage. The leading cause for a minimum wage is that it helps poor and low-income families earn enough income. With minimum wage only starting at $7.25 for some individuals, most families are not making a living. If a higher minimum wage does not destroy jobs, then from the government's perspective, will it a free lunch that helps reduce poverty, even if higher income families also benefit? So for my methodology, which is right here, we have my participants, which included 100 individuals, 50 African Americans, and 50 Caucasians ranging from ages 20 to 60. There was no potential participants were included based on sexuality or religion. For my materials, a survey was designed on a Word document for the study. The survey was accommodated with 10 questions and 3 sections. The first section consisted of demographic variables such as ethnicity, number of children, and marital status. These variables were used as a way to determine if the factors caused different results. The second section covered attitudes and beliefs of the respondents. The third section included questions about their present and future careers. And for my procedure, 50 African Americans and 50 Caucasians were asked to take an online survey regarding a study that was being conducted on minimum wage and poverty. The participants were given 2 weeks to fill out the survey and sent it back via email, text, or through the mail. Due to COVID still been at an all high, and I was not able to travel, participants were asked to indicate how strongly you agree or disagree with each statement. The scoring was as follows: strongly agree equals 1 point, disagree equals 2 points, disagree somewhat equals 3 points, agree somewhat equals 4 points, agree equals 5 points, and strongly agree equals 6 points. For my results, according to the results that have been found, raising minimum wage will help individuals out of poverty. Throughout my literature review, it has been proven that individuals get paid more, that they will have a better chance of not being in poverty. Even though minimum wage will be at an all-time high, it will force prices to go up, still leaving individuals in poverty. One reason that the raising the minimum wage will help individuals is that it won't have to work as much. They won't have to work as much. The other half of those individuals would choose to work that much and take advantage because their checks and money will be good. Data that was taken from participant surveys show that 2 samples have equal variances. For my discussion, the findings of this research provide insights into the relationship between minimum wage and poverty. Among all who participated in the survey, most of the respondents responded strongly agree when asked would raising minimum wage help individuals out of poverty. Through my research about minimum wage and poverty in developing countries, it has been found that a higher minimum wage will help individuals out of poverty. From my understanding of minimum wage, it is hard for some individuals to have a good income if they are not getting paid the right amount of money. One of the biggest problems encountered during this research was not inputting the data found in my research paper. I struggled to read the data and understand how to insert the data in the correct way. I read through the course material, watched videos, and still had trouble. Also, due to COVID-19, I could not physically see any of my participants. I had to chat with them via email, text, and FaceTime. Along with classes being online, I struggled not being in class to be able to question versus just emailing or having a virtual meeting. Lastly, the topic that I chose is not very interesting to me as I did my research. I had a hard time trying to find powerful literature reviews. If I had chosen a more exciting topic, my experiment would have a better outcome. In the future, I would like to take this exact topic and do proper research, data, and findings on minimum wage and poverty. And my references are here. Thank you.